Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. I need you to subscribe, so please hit that button for me and don't forget to click like. Remember when I said you were going to have to pick a side? Time has come. The you know what just hit the fan. This is the episode. First thing we see is Rick, and he's talking to Eric, and he tells him that he hasn't heard from Maya, and he's tried everything. And eventually Nicole shows up, and we see them get into what really happened. She asks why he broke up with Maya, and he says he didn't. He says Maya left him. So you know this is, like I said, it's a Romeo and Juliet thing, and we're hoping that they get to the bottom of it. Now, he still wants her back, and he tells her that, and Nicole, is confused, but he says he didn't hang up on her. When Nicole thinks that he's hung up on her, he says that he got into a car accident. So he says he wants to know where she is, and Nicole tells him where she is, and he races off to go see her. Now we also see Maya, and she's back at her old place, and Carter shows up for a visit. Now she's packing, and she's telling him that she wants to leave LA. She said that she loves Rick, but she does not want them to become a punchline for the tabloids, and she understands why he had to leave her. And Carter thinks, and he says to her, I don't think he left you. And she said she doesn't want him to come over just so he can explain it. Carter says, I think you've got this wrong. And she says, no, he doesn't want to marry me. So that's where we leave things there. Now, Carter does run into Nicole, and he tells her that he paid Maya a visit, and she tells him that she paid Rick a visit. And she also told him where to find Maya. So I have to wait to see what happens. We also see Maya's having this big flashback, and she's having a flashback to when she first met Rick and how he showed up at Daisy's and he was her server. And all of a sudden, we think she's in a flashback, but we look up and we see Rick there, but he's got a beard in this one. And we're like, wow, this is real life. Rick has showed up and he wants to take her order. So we see that they're about to work things out, but that's where we leave them. Now on to the juicy part. We see Liam, Steffi, and Ridge, and they tell Ivy that they've got enough to control 62% of the company. Now, Ridge doesn't waste any time. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. He's not going to sneak around behind his dad's back, and he calls Eric over. Now, Eric shows up at the office. He's happy to see Steffi, and he tells her that. Now, she tells him that she's going to be staying in Los Angeles, and he loves that. He goes, maybe we can do something and get you into PR. And Ridge says, no, that's not going to happen. She's going to have a seat at the table is basically what he's saying. And they tell him what they've got planned. They tell him that with Liam's help, who's controlling Spencer's stock, Thomas's share and their share, they've got 62% of the company, and that Rick's time is over and he's no longer going to run the company. And Eric is upset. Him and Ridge quarrel back and forth, and Ridge tells him he's not going to let Rick destroy the company. And the final nail in the coffin, Ridge tells him that he has no choice in this matter. In fact, he says Rick's time is over, and he looks his father in the eye and he says, and your time is over, Dad. And that's where we leave things off. So if there was a pot, the lid just blew off of it. This is amazing. I can't wait to see what happens on Monday, and I'm going to let you know. It's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Don't forget, follow us on social media. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I want you to be involved in it. Thank you, and have a great weekend.